Hello, and welcome to this week's collective new moon message. The new moon is in Virgo, so it's all about looking at areas of our life that need attention, like our routines, our self-care, maybe decluttering. It can also be about service and helping others. This is also a time for planning and healing. So with that in mind, the question I asked for this tarot reading was, what area of our lives needs to be refined or restructured under this new moon cycle? So the first card we have is number 49, family, and that's circles of life. So for this is the theme. So this is looking at our family and our friends, that we have in our lives. Whether we believe it or not, we did choose them and they chose us, such as our children. We come together for a reason. And this is about giving care and attention to our family. Whether, it's our children that we may need to play with a bit more, give a little bit more attention to, or a friend that we may not have spoken to for a while. It's so easy to get wrapped up in our spiritual, learnings and our quests that we have. I know I can go down rabbit holes a lot, but we can sometimes forget what is most important. And that is, that's our relationships, focusing on like our love that we have for them, and doing things with the people we care about is what makes us essentially learn and grow. So this is the theme. It's kind of like, let's pay attention more to the people around us, what we can do for them, what they do for us, because this ultimately is what we get fulfilled by. So the second card is what is kind of influencing our theme of family, and that's humility. So this is saying, it's about staying grounded and being kind, accepting our friends and our family and ourselves for how we are. No one is perfect. We all get triggered by each other, but, it's about realizing that no one has got it all together all the time. We're always growing in our own way. So it's about like being a bit compassionate for ourselves and for others, and realizing, there's always something we have to learn or grow from. So yeah, it's a really, really beautiful card, like standing at the water. Water could be really important for you at this time. I do feel the urge quite regularly, actually, to go and be by the sea. I feel like it's a great place for contemplation, or maybe even going for a walk there, by yourself or with your family, might be really good for you at this time. So the third card we have is gold, and this is our conscious thoughts about our situation. And I'm going to read from the book, and the keywords are illumination, splendor, and culmination. The alchemist's gold is no ordinary gold. It is not found in rings or coins or necklaces. It is a substance buried deep within, sometimes referred to as gold of the wise, philosophic gold, the ethereal stone, or the divine quintessence, among countless other names. For our purposes, we seek not the physical metal, but the mystical essence within each alchemist. How do we recognize it? It mimics qualities of the metal itself, soft and radiant, and its planetary counterpart, the sun, warm and bright. It's no wonder gold is associated with the heart. When this card arrives, there is something of incredible value at hand. It is marvelous and rare. Cherish it. Get to know its properties and its source. The gold card carries a distinct shadow. If mistaken for a purely physical material, it can lead to greed and excess, causing the alchemist to lose their way. Reverence is the key. Your gold may be entirely different from someone else's. It is important for the alchemist to respect their own unique journey toward a righteous and resplendent goal. In some wisdom traditions, gold is seen as a nectar, a sap, a honey-like substance coming from trees, bees, and even the pineal gland. Open yourself to gold's infinite sources. Go deeper. Read Robert Frost's poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay, to ponder every path as a noble path. So I think this is saying treasure those around us. Because if this is about the heart, it's kind of finding the value in our everyday, mundane, sometimes lives. But it's remembering that although we're always undergoing a lot of work and we can kind of focus a lot on that, for me, this is saying that our focus at the moment should be with ourselves and with our loved ones. So the next card we have is our unconscious thoughts about the situation, and that's sublimation. The key words for sublimation are elevation, rising, and flight. Sublimatio is the great alchemical operation of air. It occurs when there is enough heat to change a solid substance into a gas, causing it to rise up, and away. Therefore, when sublimation is present, there is an aspect of celebrated elevation, of ascending above and gaining a greater perspective. Birds in flight, mountain peaks, ladders, and balloons are all sublimatio images. As with all the operations, sublimatio has a shadow potential. Through ascension, there is a risk of separating from others, of sensing oneself higher or above. This risk is particularly great in spiritual traditions that offer a linear model of achievement. The divine alchemist rises humbly and supports the upliftment of others, always in touch with the cycle of humanity. Service is the natural balancing agent for sublimatio. It may be the next run on your ladder. Disassociation is an example of sublimatio in shadow. When this card appears, reconnect with the feelings you'd rather avoid. Be with them rather than rising above them. Hike up a mountain or gaze out at an airplane window. Notice sublimatio occurring within. You may feel wonder, awe, or a shift in perspective. Use this energy to write or draw. Go deeper. Watch the final scene of The Red Balloon by Albert Lemurice to ponder the magic of air travel. So this is saying, like, always, we're trying to strive for achievement and things like that, but it's about, like with our second card, humility, being humble, remembering there are others around us who, are there for help or there for us to help. And it's just remembering that. So as this, theme is around family and things like that, I would say it could be, there may be some painful experiences or some, problems that have been occurring in your family life or with your friends or with work. But it's kind of like transforming what's been painful inside of you and kind of like turning that into light and wisdom, because it's through our painful experiences that leads us to a higher awareness of the people around us or the situations that we're in. So the fifth card that we have is our past, or which is ending, and that is oppression, the 10 of Wands. So this is, letting go of any repressed feelings. We may have been holding back our energy or isolating ourselves a bit, or we may have been fearing some rejection or repressed parts of yourself. That can result in us being a bit irritated or feeling rage, because when we suppress our emotions, we're not being our true selves. It's about being authentic, by recognizing what things we're feeling, are repressing us, we free ourselves. If there are things you want to express or say to someone, whether that's at home or whether it's with a friend or a work colleague or something, it will be really good to find a way of expressing this, whether that's like writing in your journal or, thinking of a good way of expressing this to someone. Can free you from this, but that is what is ending or about to end. So that is positive. The next card we have is our future influences, or what is just beginning, and that is summer, bask in joy and light. So although where I'm from in England, the summer is basically ending now, it's not just about, the season itself. So this is about, enjoying each moment and not rushing ahead. It's kind of a time for enjoying ourselves and having fun. So, with it being about family and friends, having fun with our family and friends, doing this will actually bring more energy and creativity into your life. So if you're looking for clarity and inspiration for your next steps, they will be coming to you, but I think it's just getting out of your own way, getting out of your head, being grounded, doing some, earthly tasks, whether that's cleaning, playing, exercising, walking, being out in nature. I think this will help you realize what you need to do to move ahead. So, keep making the plans of what those goals are. But remember, in the process, it's about enjoying yourself and making memories with your loved ones. I think especially myself, like, you become focused on a new thing that you're really into, whether it's like a new oracle tarot deck or you're learning something else. You can get so wrapped up in it that you kind of like got your blinkers on and you forget about everything and everyone around you. But this is a time with the new moon. It is a time of rest, reflection, but also just having some fun. Stop being so serious. I know I can get like that. So the next card we have is you, or your approach to the theme, and that is Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowledge. So honor your inner knowing. So you may have been been through some challenges or made some mistakes. But I think at this time, something's, going to be coming to an end. Something new is coming for us. But there may be like an old pattern or, a limiting belief that needs to be released first. Deep down, we do all have the answers that we need. It's about remembering. And I think we remember what we need to at that time. If we got flooded with everything, we would become really overwhelmed. But there may be things that may be delaying our path ahead. It could be, fears of the unknown. I know a lot of us get that. But I think now we're gaining the courage, and it's about taking that next step, whatever that is, whether it's about learning a new thing, anything like that. But remember, it's about taking that first step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about rushing forward. It all happens one step at a time, but each now moment is important. So you do get the answers you need, but it's just for that next step. And then as you take that next step and you take the action, more answers come. You can't get all of the information all at once. Like I said, we would get overwhelmed if we suddenly knew everything that we wanted to know all at once. We'd probably end up in an insane asylum. So, keep making the actionable steps, keep making the plans, and you will get that clarity and insight that you need for the path ahead. So the next card we have is our energies coming in, and that is Gaia Gateway Activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. I'm going to read the book for this one because it's a really beautiful message. The Gaia Gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and intelligence of Mother Earth. This chakra is not very well known, but it is now being acknowledged as one of the key energetic spaces we can connect with to activate the ascension process. For many years, ascension has been thought of as moving beyond the limitations of the body and transcending the physical realm. But it is in fact the process of becoming present in the body in full awareness of the spirit within. The Gaia Gateway is found below our feet, under the Earth Star chakra. But when we're connecting to it, it's best to imagine it in the center of the Earth. The best way to describe it is as a wormhole or portal in the center of the Earth that allows us to connect directly with the non-physical intelligence of Gaia, the spiritual presence of the planet Earth. The Earth is a highly spiritual, intelligent, aware being. She has lived through many challenges and experiences that have led her to where she is today. No matter what has been served up to her or how many of us have mistreated her, she has found a way to survive and thrive. Connect. Visualize yourself sending deep roots into the center of the Earth. When you get as far as you can go, a portal will open up and connect you with the matrix of Gaia's wisdom. Be open to receiving a direct transmission from her. your message. Sometimes it is not our role to know how everything will unfold. When you draw this card, it is a reminder to trust the plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time, and you can enjoy the natural expansion that is taking place. You may have a tendency to go traveling and look to the stars for answers, but realize that the planet you call home has much to offer too. You have chosen to be here. This may not be easy to accept, especially if your current reality is a harsh one, but your current experiences are vital for your growth. The Earth herself cannot escape the challenges that she is facing at this time. Learn from her strength. Learn from her yearning for a better future. Come back to her. She is your chosen home. So that's a really beautiful message. So that's our energy coming in. So, as we learn through our earthly experiences and relationships, it's about being present and connecting with the earth. Being in nature could really help. Just appreciating the earth, how much beauty she has. I love going out in my garden as many times a day as I can in between my breaks, and just sit with my, feet on the grass, looking at the birds, listening to them, watching the trees sway, listening to the wind, really connecting with the earth. I do this every day. Any way that you can do this, I think, will be really beneficial. So the 9th card we have is Revolution, and this is our hopes or fears. So I think you're either wanting or you fear a change in your life. Changes can be uncomfortable, but it is how we evolve and move forward. We're constantly going through changes, like every single day, whether that's changing our mindset, a habit, doing a new routine, anything like that, whether it's learning a new thing, we're always changing. That is, the constant things in life is change and death. We're constantly changing every single day. But it's how do we go about that? Are we being fearful? Are we just moving through it and flowing with it? I think like new possibilities will be revealed. It may feel scary, but our growth happens through the cycles of change. So I think it's a very beautiful card. It's kind of, showing roots connecting down to earth, but also the light is coming up from source. So maybe we're having some ideas or, some clarity is coming through for us at this time. I know with the new moon, it can be a good time to be going within and getting quiet, in those moments when we are on our own, or if we can get some time on our own, being quiet, whether it's in meditation, emptying your mind. I know like I'm always trying to like get new ideas of like, what exactly is it that my career should be? Because I, trying different things all the time. And, if you're in a job and you don't quite know what to do, it's just like following those peaks of interest that you have, whether that is, buying tarot cards if you've never tried them before, things like that. But we evolve through our change. So just embrace it. Don't fear it, because it will open up new possibilities for you. So the result, outcome or key for card number 10 is oil of vitriol. And the keywords are acidity, resentment, and purification. When the green lion appears, a great alchemical reckoning is afoot. Long-standing frustration and imbalance cause this regal creature to lash out unconsciously, consuming all in its path. Be prepared for emotional turmoil as the lion thrashes about. Don't worry, these changes are necessary for growth and in the end will be a relief to all. Purification is the lion's aim, and it's determined to get there one way or another. When this card appears, the question must be asked, am I the green lion or the sun? The one consuming or the one being consumed? It is said that finding oneself in the mouth of the lion is a necessary moment on any spiritual path. As the discomfort passes, the sunbeams shine all the brighter. In alchemical texts, this great creature of change is known as the green lion eating the sun. Vitriol is an incredible acidic and corrosive substance, and so it comes with a few warnings. Don't overconsume, don't lash out, breathe and wait. No need to add insult to injury. Go deeper. Look up images of the green lion eating the sun. To ponder change as the only constant. So we said that in the previous card in Revolution. Things are going to change. That is the only constant, like it says in the ponder. But it's embracing that. So we may be going through some, tough times, but it is necessary for our growth. So the final card we have is our angel number, and that is 333, which I've been seeing a lot of threes, I must admit, and that is support. Growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. Well, that kind of does wrap it up, doesn't it? So yeah, I think at this time it's about focusing on those around us, on our relationships, being humble, being kind, finding time for excitement and joy, being out in nature, appreciating what we have, being grateful. Maybe write something that you're grateful for every day. I know that gratitude really has helped me a lot because there is so much I am grateful for. But yeah, if you have any, suggestions or any cards that really stood out to you, please leave it in the comments below. Like or subscribe. And until next time, thank you. Bye.